Welcome back and hello if you are new. So thank you ever so much for tuning in to another week over on my channel. And today we're going to get into some very serious and incredibly essential topics to really be talked about. Perhaps one of the most outspoken bands in recent years, and rightly so, Svalbard have a really uncompromising look into the world that we live in. So returning on their third album, the band are tackling issues which are of course incredibly personal to their writers, but also very much relatable to their listeners on When I Die, Will I Get Better? When I Die, Will I Get Better discusses quite a broad array of topics which range from abuse, misogyny, sexism, a huge amount of things which are sadly still happening not only in our scene but also in the world at large. Depression is also explored on this album in quite a lot of depth, and it's important that these issues are raised, and that's one of the things I've always really liked about Svalbard, is they have a very uncompromising look at these issues. And I think the fact that the lyrics are so direct and there is literally no mercy whatsoever is one of the biggest draws for me. Following on from their second album, the band have literally looked at every sort of section which could have been slightly tightened up. The best sensibilities of their black metal elements, of their post-rock elements, and also that posy hardcore style as well. The guitarist who sings 60% of the vocals, Serena Cherry, does a fantastic job, but is also backed up by Liam's fantastic vocals as well. All of this is of course anchored by Alex Heffernan's fantastic bass and Mark Lilly's really pounding drums, which I think are definitely one of the most intense parts of Svalbard, as often you get to sort of like a midsection of the song and the drums just like ramp up the pace but get to sort of like ear-crushingly heavy levels. Much like the album's subject matter, the songs very much go through the motions, but then end out into this cathartic release, often in the choruses. So you might have something which is kind of a very slow build-up, but then it really does kind of move into this hugely open approach. A great example of that is Clickbait, which starts with this quite embryonic sound and then slowly but surely builds and builds and builds until we get to this huge catharsis. Though I have to say, an album highlight for me has to be The Currency of Beauty. It's got all the Svalbard characteristics, but has also got a brand new injection of something new, which I really loved. And it reminded me of those posy hardcore melodies and tones that you would hear on like Evergreen Terrace, Casey Jones, Break Even, you know, Comeback Kid, that kind of style, where it's got that slight melancholy sound to it, but also has a real sense of energy and triumph as well. That being said though, the album does have a fantastic sense of balance. There's a great amount of those kind of crazy frenetic blasts, but then there's also the serene post-rock sections which come after it, acting kind of like a cleansing of the palette. But as I said, when the band aren't firing on all cylinders, they're bathing you in that beautiful post-rock album glow that we saw on Listen to Someone, which deals with literally just the idea of doing that, listening to someone, which can be incredibly helpful. And then you've also got the ending of the album, which is pearlescent, which is kind of like you've gone through this huge tunnel of negativity and you open up into this positivity. And I think it's such a fantastic way to finish the album. With When I Die Will I Get Better, Svalbard have proven that they've matured even further in their songwriting to create 8 tracks which are just as important as the subject matter that they are tackling. So I hope you guys enjoyed this album review. If you did, hit that like and subscribe button, because I'd love to see you guys on my next video. Also, yeah, drop a comment, let me know what you thought of the album, if there's anything I might have missed or anything like that. I'd love to have a chat with you guys, and I will see you very, very soon. Be safe, take care.